need help, and I don't think there's help coming in. So I need to walk on the subway from end to end just to go to the booth because I knew that there's somebody in the booth that could help me. And surely there was a lady there, and I said, help me, please help me, call 911. And she was shocked, but she called 911. And then the police came. So they called and sanitized the area, and then the medic came.
Noelle, can I just say, listening to this, I'm on the verge of tears. Because it's just wrong. And you did nothing wrong. So I can only imagine, Kim, you've immersed yourself in all of this. What is it like to see these images and hear these stories like Noelle's? I mean, how many more like this have you heard?
I want to really thank you for your story. I see myself, I see my community, I see my mom in these really vicious accounts of Asian Americans being attacked. And it's happening across the country. It's really frightening, and it really raises the stakes on how we need community-based and community-oriented solutions so that we can keep each other safe.
Yeah. I'm sorry to say that we have also a very sobering moment here that we need to talk about, everybody, and that is the fact that across this country we have now hit 500,000 dead Americans as a result of the COVID-19 virus. It is a stunning point to have reached. It has not taken that long to reach the last 200,000 numbers. That has been over just the last 2 months, everybody. The U.S. reaching this point, and also more than 28.2 million cases. As Noelle and Kim, I ask you to stand by. I hope we can get back to you because your story is incredibly important. But I do want to bring in MSNBC medical contributor Dr. Kavita Patel and have you just put this milestone into perspective for us.
Yeah, Alex, I mean, so many emotions that are kind of creeping up probably on all of us, to be honest. 500,000, that's about 1 in 670 Americans who have died, who are never going to come back, and who we, as we talked about earlier, we could probably have prevented a good number of these. But I think what's even harder to imagine, Alex, I was thinking about the 1918 pandemic, and there were about 675,000 deaths. And we thought, surely our medicine has advanced, our society has advanced, that we'll never face anything like that. And here we are. I mean, my children, my grandchildren, they're generations that are going to look back and say, what a failure in some ways our approach to this pandemic has been. And I think, just listening to Noelle and Chris, that story, that is defining what we're doing now. But I really am hopeful. If there's one way to be hopeful, it's that we're starting to see some light. A third of those 500,000 deaths, Alex, were in nursing homes and long-term care facilities. Those are populations where we are now seeing those deaths plummet because of the vaccine. So, this is sobering. And I think I just want to say this, it's okay to be emotional. I know we try really hard.
I know
but
we do,
okay.
right?
We do. We try really hard, but it's okay to kind of stop and say, this doesn't feel like America, and this feels like we're in a time capsule. But we need to figure out how to help the people whose lives have been lost and the millions who have been touched by it move forward. And we do need to commemorate them and never forget where we're at.
100%. I'm going to try and put a positive spin on all this because we are seeing the efficacy of the vaccines. And can you give us a projected time, just in your gut? I know you don't have the statistics and the evidence yet to say when this will all end, but at what point life will return to some semblance of normality across this country, or in fact around the world? I mean, normal may be new defined, right? We may be wearing masks for quite some time and the like, but how long do you think it will take for these vaccines to take the kind of effect that we're all going to be thinking, we can breathe a sigh of relief, we're past the crunch time?
Yeah, I do think by this summer we're going to see our friends and family be able to gather together. We may not have mass concerts and big sporting events with full capacity, but we are going to be able to see our loved ones, our friends. We're going to be able to get together, especially as the majority of people are vaccinated.